Would you look at this new spot? It's beautiful here. Really lucky to get onto this estate here. It's got wooded areas like behind the camera there, more open sort of field areas like over there, farmland and stuff as well. But yeah, I chose to come in this area just because it's like a nice little mix and there's some good views, though not exactly from this spot. So I've got to decide whether I want a bit of shade because it's hot, or to go down into that little valley I just drove over where I've got nice views, but it's going to be hot in the sun. Decisions. I'm actually thinking in between the two spots here. I've got some views and it's still quite shady. Right, today's shelter is a weird one. I've wanted to do it for a year now. I think it's pretty much exactly a year ago I did a very similar shelter where it's a cot bed with a tent on top, and it was pretty terrible, but I wanted to do like a good version of it, and I'm assuming, because it's Naturehike and they're generally pretty good and this isn't cheap, that this could be the correct implementation of that. And I forgot to mention that today's video is actually sponsored by Beer 52, and since being here, I already want one, but we'll get to that in a bit. So inside the bag for the cot bed itself, we've got instructions for the whole thing by the looks of it. Nice. I've not put this up or even opened these, by the way. I've literally just got them. I'm going to assume this is pretty similar to other army style cot beds. Oh, got myself. Which usually snag your fingers. Oh wow, this is pretty big. Alright, if I get this threaded through here, I'm assuming we slot this in both of these. Alright, just to find out where these things go, one in each corner I'm guessing. So that's going to go through the hole, through that sort of stretcher bar and on there. It's very possible you can't tell, but this thing is massive. I thought at first, because they do a double version, it was going to be that, but I assumed just because it's a tent bed, I just kind of assumed they'd just use a standard size bed, and for the double one, two standard ones together. Nice though. I'm definitely on a bit of a slope. And the main event, I guess. Okay, some kind of pegs, some kind of poles, an outer and an inner, I'm guessing. Now I believe this to be the inner, and its construction is very similar. If you remember the camp I did in a thunderstorm not that long ago, and it had like a big awning on it. I'll show it on the screen. But this has a very similar kind of construction with the frame and stuff. So I have to extend the legs and the middle, I believe. So I'm guessing I press here and extend, and they should click in that way round. Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, the detail here is somewhat lacking, but I think I get it from looking at it. It looks to me like this will attach the outer, but this hole here will go with this. That's my guess. Can't hurt to try. Well, that actually seemed to work a treat. Like, these aren't directly on the metal there, but it doesn't really matter because there's no real weight on the top there. But that was pretty simple to put up, even not knowing what I'm doing. I'm quite liking it so far. So we have Vent City in here. We've got one either end like that. And down here we've got a big one at the back. And of course, we've got netting all along the top there with a couple of loops and stuff. I'm actually really liking this. I may not be completely flat, but I can sort that. I've got a little entrenchment tool with me. But yeah, we'll get it kind of sorted first. So, was I right? I believe so. And you can just tighten them up. I'll put them all in first. So these will presumably be for the awning. Look at that. These windows at the end roll up as well, so we've got more netting on the outer. So let's have a quick walk around here so you can see it properly. Looking pretty cosy, isn't it? Got that window on both sides of the outer there. I've just pegged that down at the back to get airflow underneath. Loads of room in there. Right, it's time I checked this out for levelness. Right. Yeah, definitely on the wonk. Well, I am pretty happy with this setup, to be quite honest. It's all nice and level now. I just took the entrenchment and just dug out the legs on this side. Just the two on the ends and the one in the middle. And it's looking pretty nice. Pretty well built, actually, and pretty well thought out. Kind of like the bigger version I used, I guess. But I do like the Naturehike stuff, to be quite honest. The reason I didn't do this sooner, I actually reached out to them. I said, would you like to send it so I can do a comparison to like a worse version of this style of tent? And they were only interested in kind of another tent being covered at the time. So I was going to buy it, but it was quite pricey. But it came up very recently with quite a discount. I can't remember, I'll put it on the screen, but still quite pricey. But you get this big old cot bed, this nice thick outer with the awning. It's pretty worthwhile, I think. And this could go on the ground as well. It's got a bit of a ground sheet attached to it. Don't see why it couldn't. Just heard a goose. I don't think that is a goose. It sounds more like a peacock. Yeah, it definitely sounds peacock-like coming from that direction. I don't know what's on this estate. I've had one little walk around, maybe a quarter of it. It's thousands of acres. There's all sorts of areas and stuff. So it should be nice to investigate this if I'm allowed to come back. Right, as I'm not in the woodland and I'm out here in the open and it's a new spot, I'm gonna bring out the fire pit. Be a bit respectful until I know what's what. Still quite a lot of aeroplanes around. I'm using a lavalier mic under the shirt here, which is hopefully doing the job, but we shall see. That's the fire pit. The irony of the fact that I was just saying how I was wearing a lavalier mic and I forgot to turn it on for that particular shot. Right, my table is done. That might go in front of the tent, it might fit. I do have a chair, I don't know if I really need it. Yeah, it'd be nice to have back support. Right, let's see what we've got here. A few different beers here. So the theme of this month's box is B certified corporations that are environmentally conscious from around the world. And yeah, so we've got some pretty interesting beers. Check this one out. Ferocious Citrus IPA from Hopworks Brewery. Soft and juicy with a complex and well-balanced flavour, its malty fluffiness makes for a smooth finish. This is a truly outstanding beer that packs a punch at 6.2. Well, that certainly sounds like something right up my street. They know me well. Getting on well with the guys from Beer 52. They're a good lot. I want to give a shout out to Dom. Cheers, Dom. Oh, wow. Yep, I like that. And it's much needed today, it's warm. If you don't remember from my last kind of sponsorship from Beer 52, they're a beer subscription company and they'll send you a selection of beers every month, so it's all about drinking better rather than drinking more. They'll also send you in certain snacks, a couple of good ones here to enjoy right now, and while you're drinking your beer you get a ferment magazine as well. So this is just all about kind of craft beers and stuff. But you discover some great beers in there, and you can kind of pause it and cancel it at any time. There's kind of no obligations there, and they've got a deal for you guys this month. So the offer they've given me for you guys is really good actually this month. You've got a free case of 10 beers, and all you have to do is pay the postage of $5.95. 10 beers, that's a pretty good deal. You go to beer52.com and /Kent, and that'll give you that offer. Thank you Beer 52 for supporting the channel, really do appreciate it, really integrates well with my channel. Lover of beers, and I know a lot of you guys are because I run into some of you at the Craft Beer Festival in London the other night. But yeah, you can pause at any time, whatever you want to do with this. If you don't like dark beers like me, you can just get the sort of the lighter ones, the IPAs and stuff. Yeah, so check them out, beer52.com /Kent. Needless to say, I'm not going to be drinking 10 beers tonight. I am going to be trying these Gray's Smoky Barbecue Crunch snack pack though. I like corn snacks. So yeah, what do you guys think of this spot? pretty nice, isn't it? This is, I've been looking for a spot like this for some time. Something with kind of open spaces, trees, quite a big woodland there actually. So looking forward to getting to that at some point. But right now when it's this hot and this humid, just being out here is so much nicer with a bit of air. Being in there, I'll just be sweating buckets more than I am. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, what did you think of last week? It was certainly something different. I think I saw one comment saying this channel is now an absolute joke. Just try and do different things. I don't want to be repetitive. What's the point in doing the same thing every week when I have the opportunity to do, you know, some interesting things and for you guys as well. But yeah, it wasn't quite what I wanted, skyscraper, but it was close enough. It was a bit different than how I kind of imagined it. But I'm glad I've done it. Gonna have a little look at this spot down here. Sun's kind of down below the tree line here now, so we'll just check it out, you know, for future. This hill with the grass on is a little bit of a mission to get up, even in four-wheel drive, so I don't know what that's going to be like when it's all wet in the winter. Be nice to get down here then, but yeah, let's have a look at this. So that's one side. Beautiful view, exactly what I wanted. And then if we pan round, that'd be the actual camp spot over there. I've got some chicken thighs on the side here, and I've got some ingredients that I just need to process down for it. Look at that. So I actually need to grate this onion. Right there, not the easiest thing to grate, but that should be enough for now. I need a couple of cloves of garlic. These should be pretty big cloves. Okay, so this garlic's just going to be grated on this kind of nutmeg sized grater. Okay, that's all the garlic there. And I'm going to need some lemon juice too. Okay, so that's mostly defrosted. I'm going to start adding in some yogurt. A little bit more. Then that lemon juice. Then we got that onion and garlic. We've got a paprika, some cumin, some white pepper, obviously salt, some oil, lastly I actually forgot to chop some chilies. I'm going to chop them quite small for the kind of marinade. And there's that chili. Then that's going to get a good old mix in a Ziploc bag. And then I'll just leave it for a bit. It's still defrosting, so it can marinate while it defrosts. So while I'm at it, I may as well do my kind of garnishes for a little later. So we've got some coriander leaf or cilantro. Got the lemon, do a couple of lemon segments. Be quite nice. We've got some more chilli, so we can have some fresh. Big old aeroplane going over right now. So just get that chopped down. And finally, I've got some red cabbage. Just going to take off the outer leaves here. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to take some off, like so. And I'm just going to make shreds out of that. I don't need a huge amount. Obviously, it's just me. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Well, I didn't think this was going to happen. It just came over really overcast and it started raining. Right, a couple of things to move under the shelter. I can't imagine it much more than a shower, but surprised me. It said it might be a shower tomorrow. Well, I'll have a tiny rebel. Wait for this to pass. Cheers. And get the fire lit. Glad I bought a tent with an awning now. It's still raining, but it's only light, so I'm going to get this lit and going. Get some of this on here. Should do for now. So still raining, a little bit harder now actually, but it's not too bad considering how hot it's been today and everything. And the fire's going, so we'll have some coals at some point to cook on. Hoping it's not too close to the tent. Yeah, loving it still. Raining again. Pretty good job I got sent 10 beers this month. Got a Brewgooder Passion Project Passion Fruit IPA. Could be interesting. Just check the strength of these while I'm drinking, shouldn't I? 5.4. Ooh, that's got some flavour. Yeah, I quite like that. As I said before, we did the craft beer festival in London, Tobacco Docks, a couple of days ago. It was very hot, but got to see a lot of the breweries who have sent beers in the past and stuff. Tiny Rebel, who just had one off, was there as well. So yeah, it was a really good time actually, after queuing to get in. Right, I'm just waiting for a few coals and for this rain to slow a bit, and then get this chicken on. Whatever. It's kind of a chicken shawarma kebab type with flatbread and some sort of salady, coleslawy stuff. Nothing really specific. So I'm going to get one of the grills on here. So just going to get some of these chicken thighs on here. Oops, there we go, that's better. Getting a little dark with that overcast with the clouds. Nice char on it. Looking forward to this. Okay, I'm going to pull them back a bit. They'll keep cooking. Still hot here. And I'll put on flatbread. Just got to warm that through, put a little char on it. Okay, start off with some chicken here. And we're just going to slice that into bits. Does look good. Going to add in a little bit of that yogurt. And a little bit of hot sauce. Bit of that cabbage. Bit of that chili. Bit of that coriander. Wedge of lemon. Well, I've ended up with something quite beautiful here, I must say. I'm really looking forward to it. Can squeeze a little bit of this lemon on it. I should just be using my hands, shouldn't I? But I'm going to tear off a bit of the flatbread. Oh, bit of chili there. And fold it up with some of that chicken in. I think I've got too much food here. Mmm. I wanted to do something quite simple today. And this is quite simple. It really is. If I wasn't filming it, I'd obviously do the marinading stage at home and just bring it out, but this will do nicely. Better get this going again. Well, I say better, it's not like it's cold. Just a bit of bushcraft TV. Oh, it's only my third, I've not drunk that much. That chicken flatbread, whatever you want to call it, was bloody lovely. I really enjoyed that, really needed it. Fire's going again. Tiny bit of chicken left over, but I don't think I can eat it. I think that'll be for the fox. At this point I'll have to bring the trail cameras down here, see what's going on. I know there's a lot of deer here, there's a lot of hunting here, and I need to do a proper tick check when I go to bed, especially with all this bracken and long grass. It's cooling down a bit. It's nice right now. Rain stopped. Probably got coriander in my teeth. Raining again. Not too hard. I hope it does rain a bit tonight, it'd be quite nice. Fall asleep to the sound of rain. Oh, I had a choice of tea or hot chocolate, but I just really fancied a tea. Don't get to drink as much when it's hot. It's getting pretty dark now, just kind of passing dusk, twilight, whatever. Fire's going nice, and yeah, just getting a bit settled really. I had a little bit of a lay down already. It's just nice with the glow of the fire and that coming through the inner of the tent. I think I'm going to like this tent. You might see this a lot more. Well, it's pretty cosy in here. I can sit up quite comfortably. Got my lantern on. I've got just the mesh door on at the moment, and I've left the awning up so I can kind of see the glow of the coals. But yeah, I think I need a little bit of breeze coming through here tonight. Still quite warm. Might not even get in the sleeping bag. It's been raining on and off throughout the evening. While the sun was going down, it was coming down quite hard actually. But yeah, we'll see if we get some overnight. It'd be nice. Good morning. Lovely peaceful night out here. Apart from when I first went to bed, not long after, there was about, I don't know, 30 odd deer walking past. I tried to film, but no zoom lens. So we'll see how that comes out. Could just see all their eyes. I knew what it was the second I heard them, so I opened the tent up as quietly as I could. They didn't really spook until I probably got out the tent. It is very lightly raining now. It was raining a bit last night as well when I went to bed. I don't think throughout the night too much. But the tent held up well. I really like it. Plenty of room in there. Like for one person, plenty of room. You can have all your kit in there with you easily. Yeah. Just had a bit of a walk around. It's nice in here. Had a walk around the big oaks and beech trees. Found a nice little spot over there. Probably for the winter, but I like to bring the truck in. When all the leaves are down, it'd be a bit lighter in there. It'd be nice. Also surprised a pheasant. I was kind of playing possum. Right, I think I'm going to get my stove out. I'm not cooking on the fire this morning. This is my new hard case for the expensive spider stove. Yeah, well, I'd already bought it, so why not accessorize it? This is the one I got for that box system. So yeah, I've got it, I'm gonna use it. Right, should have everything I need here now. I am making a brioche French toast with sausage patty and maple syrup. So in here I've got the sausage patties. I'm just going to wait for this to heat a little, and then I can start making the mix for the French toast. I'm just going to use one of these patties. With the patty off to the side, I'll make my mix for the French toast. Oh, come on, stupid egg. For some eggs, we've got some cinnamon powder here. Oh, that smells nice. And here I have some caster sugar. We'll just give that a mix. My stove's making a weird noise. I think it's because of how low I put it. Looking good. Alright, I've got a stove on the side there. I'm just going to, will two of these fit in there? If not, I'll have to do them one at a time. Oh. Get the excess off. I may have to squeeze them in, we'll see. See what this looks like. Oh, bad. Some oil over there. Is there any oil? That is not bad. So, oh, look at that. How am I going to build this? So we have the, I could have done two patties. Never mind. And the magic ingredient, actually what I might do, put some magic ingredient inside. Oh, and over the top. Indulgent. Would you just look at that? Glistening. Oh dear. I don't know what made me think to do this today. I think I was kind of wanted to do like the French toast bake, but I knew I wasn't going to have a fire and be using the Dutch oven this morning. So oh, that's good. A lot of English people will be watching saying, what the hell? But it's good, try it. I do like a bit of sweet and savoury mixed anyway. But yeah. Right, this all seems to go back quite well in its case. So I'm happy about that because it wasn't cheap. Keep spending on this setup. Right, let's get some of this put away before we find out what the tent's like to take down. Right, let's see what she's like to take down. I guess that's all off and ready to come off. This is a little wet, so I think I'm going to keep it separate until I can dry it at home, seeing as I have the truck. Right, so with them clips out, do this in reverse order. They'll fold into the middle. Oh, these folding tents are so easy. All I need to do is fold over the bits of turf I took up for the legs. And that is that. Between the rain and the sweat, I'm getting a bit wet. This is a beautiful spot and I look forward to coming back here. And this is a whole estate I've got to explore, so I know of one really nice spot as well. Plus got all of this woodland to look through. It's going to be great. That tent, if you're not having to carry it, love it. I'm going to be using that a lot more. I can hear that peacock again. Right, all's to do is to drive out of here. I'll see you guys next time. Also, thanks again to Beer52 for supporting the channel, and check them out at the link in the description.